I have an extra Funko Pop to give away.
Ooh.
So if you need Rocket Raccoon, the Walmart exclusive Funko Pop, I have one for you. So what do they need to do? What's up, nerds? It's Mike.
Martin.
And we are here to talk about Avengers Endgame. Now, this is the week that it comes out on Thursday.
Yep.
The premiere was
last night.
So
we've already gotten a couple of reviews in. So far, so good.
Yeah, spoiler-free reviews.
Great. Yeah, please no spoilers.
Yes, please. That's like one of the biggest things. They already dropped this massive spoiler clip, and people are pissed.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I avoided it at all costs. So thank you, Carlos, for warning us about that. So,
yeah.
We want to talk about Avengers Endgame, and now that it's already been seen, there's not really much room left to speculate.
Yeah.
But since we haven't seen it, we're allowed to come up with some theories.
Yep.
Speculate, maybe talk about a couple of MCU films from the last 10, 11 years now.
Yeah. So we've had the MCU for now 10 years, 11 years.
11 years.
Starting with Iron Man.
Yep.
Which is actually one of my favorite MCU
Very
films.
first movie poster that I ever had in my collection, so that's awesome.
Yeah, so it kind of kicked off that year was so spectacular for me because it was the year that The Dark Knight came out and it changed everything. Like it sparked that geek in me again. Because before that, I wasn't dressing in comic book shirts every day and I had a collection like this, you know what I mean? Like I didn't have that anymore. But that year, like Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Batman, it all just kind of came together, and it was like, oh yeah, I like this stuff.
And we didn't know it was going to be the start of something special, especially with the growing MCU. Now, I mean, it's now in Phase 4, right?
Well, this is the end of Phase 3.
So it's been an amazing ride, starting with Iron Man. Now, let's talk about favorites, best and worst film. We're not going to rank all the movies because there's 21, now 22 with Endgame.
Yeah, there's too many.
Let's just, worst movie of the MCU.
Worst movie, I'd probably have to say Iron Man 2.
Okay.
Because it's, I mean, at the time, I didn't think it was the worst movie. But when you see all the other films up to this point, it's the weakest one of them all.
Okay.
It's the least memorable for me. Like, I really don't remember much about that movie. At all.
Okay.
Like, at all.
No, that's not bad. And honestly, I gave Iron Man 2 a fair shake. I watched it again, and I can appreciate it a little bit more. Still not one of the best, but I think it's better than some of the other ones. I mean, if I had to choose my worst, and you're not going to like this, I'm going to say the first Thor movie. And I guess my reasons would be that, it's one of those heroes that we've grown to love. He's now one of my favorites. Big role in Infinity War. But when he first came out, I think the direction of the film kind of threw me off. There were too many of these Dutch angles. I didn't like them.
That's the one thing I didn't like about the movie.
It was a smaller scale film.
Yep.
I mean, the biggest part about it was introducing Asgard, but besides that, it was a really small scale film, and there wasn't much going on compared to the other films. It wasn't a great Marvel film, but it was the best we were going to get for Thor.
I didn't like that movie when I first saw it.
Yeah.
Upon second viewing, I, like you, appreciated it a little more.
And I'm not going to lie. I mean, a lot of people are not going to like this either, but I think Thor grew into a great series.
Oh yeah, I did not like the second Thor.
I thought it was a little bit better. Just a little bit.
The third one was the best.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, they took him to a whole new level.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite all-time best MCU film to date? Before Endgame.
Before Endgame, after Endgame, doesn't matter because I think it's still gonna be the best for me. It's Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
That's one of the best. It's competing with me with my top spot.
Dude,
I'm not sure which one.
There's so many points in that movie where I was like, I'm watching like Heat, or I'm watching like The French Connection, something like. Yeah. I'm like, holy crap,
like
dude.
One of those spy espionage thrillers.
But Heat, like the scene where Sam Jackson's like trying to get away from all those cops.
Best.
And then the Winter Soldier's just standing in the middle of the road, shoots that thing, and then it flips over, and then dude.
You know, one thing I never thought about in that scene was that Samuel L. Jackson turned Mace Windu and he cut open with his lightsaber to escape.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, how convenient. That was like the only part that I didn't like, is just like how easy it was for him to, escape.
But up to that, it seemed very realistic.
Dude, the whole movie,
awesome.
yeah, it's as far as you can go. Like,
Yeah,
there's a frozen man who came back from,
That's true. That's true.
But I mean, it was gritty. Like it was it was like street level MCU. Like,
and it was the first one to change the tone of the MCU. Like, we can do more than just action.
You know what I think? That's what I loved about some of the TV shows, like Daredevil, was like it was street level.
Yes.
And that's what I think I liked about the Winter Soldier, was like
Came back to street level.
Came back to street level. It did have like these crazy fighter planes, whatever, but it came like, it was gritty, man.
Yeah,
like,
it was really good.
So it's still my favorite.
And it competes with, so I have to say the top spot for me, it's between Winter Soldier and Civil War. The only reason being the Civil War series as a comic book series was amazing, and of course they couldn't touch every single point, but they got the heart of it. But I think it's the thing that totally changed where the MCU was going moving forward, because it changed the dynamic relationship between Captain America and Tony Stark. Right. So Iron Man, Captain America, Steve Rogers, Tony Stark, their relationship was put to the test, and it fell apart. And having a villain, having that villain Zemo, Baron Zemo, he wasn't this powerful guy, but he was manipulative. He knew what to do. And everyone, I think he's an underrated villain. He had a purpose. He had a reason. He was one of the first villains to have a really good purpose. And he tore the Avengers apart. Just, we expected a huge battle at the end of that movie. Not just between the heroes, but between these super soldiers, only to find that they're dead. And it just threw us all off guard. So I loved it. There's so much greatness in the MCU. If you had to choose the favorite moment, just a moment, in the whole MCU, what's the best moment that you can think of?
Moment? Oh, boy. Yeah. I'm going to let you go first, because I have to really think about it. I really do not know.
There's a lot of freaking great moments. I mean, you can choose from so many, like the introduction of Spider-Man holding Cap's shield. I mean, you could choose... the Sam Jackson thing when he was escaping Winter Soldier was really great.
For me, it came in Winter Soldier also, but it was like just like a very heartfelt moment where he's like, I'm with you till the end of the line, and he's just getting his ass kicked, and like he's like, I don't know you. You don't know who I like. Oh, that was just like heartbreaking, and it's just like,
and that when the ship's crashing down.
Yeah, and the ship's crashing down in slow motion. He's going into the water,
and he ends up saving him anyway.
Yeah, and it's just like that. That to me was like,
that proved the relationship.
That was special for me, and it was really touching. So,
I think the moment for me too, it wasn't an action moment. It wasn't Civil War, and it was the moment Tony was watching the footage of his parents get killed. And the only reason it's a favorite moment is because, Robert Downey Jr.'s acting, man. Like, you could see the devastation. You can see the intense cuts and the moments where Winter Soldier knows what he's looking at. Where Captain America has to confess, yes, he's known the whole time.
Right.
And it's just... And then it ensues into this huge battle. And it creates a comic book cover moment with... him putting his shield, and then Tony Stark throwing the blaster. So, man, one of the best moments in the MCU, man.
I remember on our show that we were doing Civil War before Civil War came out?
Yeah, we were doing a SmackDown.
So, yeah, the SmackDown. And
we'll put it in below.
Yes, and so, like, I remember that movie was, like, really big for us, too. And
Civil War was huge. So, now we're coming to the end game.
And you're right, like, because that movie kind of splintered what we know today as the Avengers. Like, there are no Avengers.
No, the Avengers are over.
And
so coming into Endgame, what are you what are you most looking forward to? What do you want to see? What kind of conclusion do you want for one of your favorite characters, any of the characters, or what do you want from the film?
Closure, man. Like, I felt like so much happened in Infinity War, and I remember when we first saw it, like, and they went to black, and I was like, what? I was the only one that said anything, because the rest of the theater was quiet. But I was like, what? What happened? And I just,
that's the feeling everyone walked out
and
with.
I just looked around, and it's like, I swear, I saw these little girls, like, a few people, like, rows down, like, crying, bawling. and then I, like, the next day I went to another showing.
Yeah.
More people crying.
Yep.
It's like, wow,
it hit everybody.
Because this is a culmination of 20 movies coming into one. And so it was so satisfying, but at the same time, heart-wrenching. So for this film, I want to feel like
relief.
I want to feel some relief.
I mean, you're definitely going to feel relief after sitting there for 3 hours.
Oh my God.
3-hour film. And it's definitely, I would have sat through a 5-hour film.
I'm going to have to buy a catheter.
Gross.
Like, that's gross, but it's true.
I'm going to have my bucket just in case. So I have like the Endgame tin already.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know. As far as closure goes, or what I want from the film, one of the biggest things I really want, and it's just a little satisfying moment that would make me probably stand up and go, yeah, is Captain America saying, Avengers assemble! It always sounded so corny, like in the comic book when he says Avengers assemble, it's like, who says that?
It sounds corny when they mock it in Anchorman.
If I'm gonna do this, I'll need my news team at my side. News team! Assemble! Hey, Ron. What's up? Oh. Hi. Didn't see you there.
To be honest, if he does say it, it's gonna be cool, but I'm gonna remember Anchorman. It's gonna come into my mind.
Well, when I read it in the comics when I was younger, I was like, it looks cool, but will it sound corny when he says it out loud? And we kind of got a hint of it in Age of Ultron at the end of that. I'm hoping to see him full-fledged, Avengers assemble, like a battle cry, all the Avengers attacking whoever the villain is at the end, hopefully Thanos. So
I don't know, man. Like,
what about endings for your characters? What do you want? What do you want?
Okay,
I have theories.
So my favorite character is Captain America.
Yeah,
but I think he deserves. It's weird to say it. I think he deserves to die, but in a way, like, he deserves to rest now. Yeah. Like, you gave us amazing films. You've put us through, like, some heart-wrenching moments. It's time for you to go out and
hang up the shield.
As the hero you are. As a never-ending... You know what I mean? Like, you need your own closure, man. Like, just...
One theory that everyone's talking about, and I'm in agreement... it's agreeable. It's one of the things I think we talked about, like, early on, where the perfect ending for Cap would be Peggy Carter waiting for him at the dance, and then he walks in and says, sorry, I'm late. That would be perfect, and then they grow old together. I think that's one great ending. One other ending that I want...
That complicates things a lot.
It could. It'll change the timeline completely. But
it might change it for the worst.
It could. But, and then as far as Tony Stark goes, I told you this theory... I feel like they're gonna go back to the Battle of New York.
I actually love this theory. So, I've not heard this theory before, and I was like, I'm on board with that.
So I don't know if it's my theory or not, but my thought is, he knows there's a missile coming to New York from the first Avengers film,
right?
And I feel like he can give himself the armor he needs to finally take the missile all the way through the wormhole, straight to Thanos' doorstep, and kill him. Personally, but he would have to sacrifice himself. Yeah. And the wormhole closes and Tony Stark is gone.
Yeah.
And I think that would be amazing, but at the same time, I'm hoping maybe he comes back somehow. Maybe he had some kind of backup plan. You know, maybe he's lost in space somehow, and he still
No,
gets
don't
saved.
come back. Just be over already.
Well, he has to have a kid with
Come
Pepper.
on. Well, what if she's still pregnant? Like, this is where it's gonna get weird. But
The
what if
virgin
she's
Pepper
still,
Potts?
No. What if she still gets pregnant, but she's in the future, but it's still Tony's kid, but yet he died in the Battle of New York. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Like that event still led. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
It's
how
weird.
There's so much that can happen, and we're just super excited to see Avengers Endgame.
Yes.
I wish we could just rank every single movie, but I just want to see a satisfying conclusion. Do you have as far as MCU movies go, do you have a movie that you think is overrated or underrated?
Overrated. Yes.
Which one?
Okay, I'm gonna get hate big time because it's the first Avengers.
Really?
Yeah,
You think it's overrated?
It's like it ranks at the bottom of my list. It's my least watched MCU movie.
Okay.
Before Iron Man 2. I think I've seen Iron Man 3 more.
Yeah.
I've seen the Thor: The Dark World. Well,
Come on.
okay, that's not true.
Come on.
That is not true.
Get the hell out of here.
Okay, but I mean, to me, it's just like, okay, cool, but
I think
I don't know. Like, I'm not a big fan of that movie. Like,
I loved it, but
especially Cap's
Outfit?
uniform, dude.
Well, they pick on that in the movie.
Captain Puerto Rico? Like what? Like what are you doing? No, but it's ugly. Like even to the I don't know.
And honestly, I'm biased because I was on the set.
Yes,
like I was there. I
know.
love it.
We know.
Love it.
I know.
I
But
love it.
still okay. But I think it's overrated.
Okay, I'm gonna say an underrated film.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm gonna say an overrated film. I feel like, and you disagree with this, but I feel like Iron Man 3 is overrated. Because it had a lot of positive reviews. People
I don't
said they
think
loved
so,
it.
dude.
They thought Shane Black brought it. I don't know.
I'll read you my Facebook post. I hated it when I first saw it.
I don't like it.
I
mean,
mean,
it's better than Iron Man 2.
I hated it,
but not better than Iron Man 1.
So honestly, it's actually my most underrated movie because I do feel like a lot of people hate that movie. It was weird because like you're saying that everybody loves it. I've heard was like people bash on that movie.
Huh. Okay.
But after watching it, the first time I didn't like it. Mm-hmm. I was like, the Mandarin wasn't real.
That's what ruined
it. The other guy was a dragon or something, and he spits fire. And Pepper Potts has superpowers, and like that stuff. Moments of that movie suck.
Yeah.
But I think the idea of there being a terrorist made me think of like today. Like, could there be a terrorist out there that people think is a terrorist, but he's actually he's
just an actor.
He's just an actor, and that other people are
maybe
pulling
that's
strings
what they were tying to,
and pulling strings behind the scenes.
There's some political stuff behind all this.
That was what was like intriguing about that movie.
I feel like maybe Ant-Man and the Wasp might be underrated.
You know what the Ant-Man movies are?
Yeah,
both of them are underrated.
They're fun.
They're really fun. Like
comedic relief.
They take me out of like the main. It's almost like they take me out of the main story.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, let's go on this really cool adventure really quick.
Yeah.
And I actually really like both of them.
And Ant-Man's become like a really important part
He's like
of the
a key
Endgame
member.
Yeah.
He's gonna like determine what happens.
That brings me to another theory. I feel like
so
I think in Endgame, I feel like Captain America could possibly die within the first half hour, and then when they revisit New York, they see a different Steve Rogers. It's possible. But
so the only reason I think you might be right, well, I gotta relook at some of those mini trailers, and because like we haven't really gotten a real trailer.
No, and supposedly it's the first 15 minutes.
No, I don't believe it.
I don't believe
it. But the part where they're all gonna go fight Thanos.
Yes.
I do think that maybe he does die.
I feel like someone's gonna die within that battle.
And then
I don't know. We'll see.
I
think there's gonna be a big battle in the beginning. Time's gonna pass. Ant-Man comes back from the quantum realm, and then they pursue the real mission of bringing everybody back. And so that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to a fist fight between Captain Marvel and Thanos. Maybe even a team up with Thor. Maybe a romance. Maybe not. But I'm
Captain Marvel and Thor?
And Thor, yeah. The two most powerful people in the MCU.
What about Jane, right?
Poor Jane.
Actually,
That's funny because Natalie Portman was at the premiere last night.
Was she?
Yeah, she was there. Everyone. Every single person.
It's weird because that was the worst part of Thor. That was the worst part of Thor was the Natalie Portman and
you can tell when she's not interested in a film. Is what it is.
Yeah.
But that's her choice. But I mean, no, she gets paid the big bucks. But there's a lot to look forward to. Endgame is Thursday night for us. We're gonna be there 6:00 sharp. Taking the wife with us too.
Man.
I am bringing the tissues. I'm ready to cry.
I'm bringing the catheters because we're all gonna need them.
We need a piece somewhere. I'm gonna make sure that I drain myself before the movie.
That's gonna suck, man. 3 hours.
Yeah, I can do it.
I mean,
I can do it.
I used to be able to do it. Now I'm not so young. I'm not so young anymore. Like.
So I mean, other than that, are you guys excited? Are you guys ready for the end game? Let us know what you think below. We want to know if you're going to go out there. Are you going to watch this movie opening weekend? How many times are you planning on watching it? I think I'm going to go at least Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Look, I wasn't able to get tickets for Friday, Saturday, but I'm going to go multiple times.
Yes.
I'm going to go the next available time.
I got to catch it in IMAX, XD, regular, 3D. I'm going to do a little bit of everything.
You know what? I kind of want to do the 4DX.
Oh, and the D-Box?
The D-Box.
Yeah, we could try D-Box.
I've never done that, so
It's my D in the box? I'm just kidding.
No, that's gross.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
I want to try that one, but I want to do IMAX for sure.
Yeah, IMAX.
Because I'm thinking Infinity War here in El Paso anyway.
Yeah, we didn't get it.
We didn't get that in IMAX.
But we're getting it now.
So... And you know how this film was shot in IMAX?
Yep. What reunion are you looking forward to?
Cap and Tony.
Cap and Tony reuniting.
Because, dude, they've been at odds or they haven't seen each other
in like 2-3
so
films.
long. And you seen them in the trailer. But I need that bro hug.
I'm looking forward to a Tony Stark Peter Parker reunion. Hopefully.
Theory about... So, somebody brought this up. But somebody said, what if Far From Home is actually not really a movie?
It's just a fake trailer?
It's a fake trailer to throw us all off. You know what I mean? What if it's a... Because you know how they've been throwing us off with a bunch of trailers?
They release toys and everything. There's no way.
But remember in the Infinity War where Steve's holding the gauntlet and he doesn't have any of the stones or whatever, but in the movie he's got all of them.
Yep.
So what if it's kind of like that where Far From Home's not even a movie?
Same thing with Endgame trailers. What if everything we saw in the Endgame trailers is not in the actual film?
Actually, I would love that, dude.
That'd be amazing because they've done a great job marketing this thing, trying to keep it hush hush, and one of the theories are bound to be true in this film. But
who knows?
At the same time, they also said, you know what, no one's really come close to what the end game actually is. So,
but I do like yours where Iron Man goes into space.
I think Iron Man should sacrifice himself. I think he should do that. I think Captain America deserves a happy ending, and then all the heroes just go back to their business. Hawkeye's getting his own TV series on Disney Plus, so I think that's where he's going to retire, hand off the mantle to his daughter or someone else. We're getting a WandaVision TV show, so that's what it's called, WandaVision.
Wasn't it a joke in Homecoming? He's
yeah,
we should have named it WandaVision or something like that.
Something like that.
And it's that's a terrible name, or I don't know.
They're making a show out of that.
Yeah.
We're getting a Loki TV series. So there's a lot of stuff happening with Disney Plus. So we know some of the characters survive. A Black Widow movie's in the talks. There's even a Stan Lee documentary being created by the Russo bros.
I'm excited for that.
I mean, there's a lot of good stuff still happening. There's still a future.
Do you think this will be our last Stan Lee cameo, or do you think Dark Phoenix has one and New Mutants, since New Mutants was filmed 3 years ago, dude?
I think it's on the back burner. I think it's gone. I don't think that's going to be released.
Right, but they're going to release it somewhere.
Maybe
on Hulu or.
So
Disney
the Russo
Plus.
Bros said this is Stan Lee's final cameo,
as in the MCU.
That's what they're saying. They're saying this is the final cameo of Stan Lee. Maybe they made that as a creative decision. I feel like because there was word that, he has at least 2 more. Endgame and Far From Home. So I feel like the best place to end it is with Far From Home. Because I feel like Spider-Man's his baby, you know? So I don't know. I feel like that's where it should end. But if it ends with Endgame, I'm okay with that too. But if there's other cameos out there, we deserve to see them. So that's what I'm hoping.
I don't know if we deserve it.
Oh, we deserve it. Stan Lee, R.I.P. man. But other than that, I mean, I think that about wraps it up. Is there anything else you want to say?
No.
I'm just excited to see this movie.
Yeah. Thursday couldn't come close. Like,
we're
faster, man.
Less than 48 hours away, man.
Yep, yeah. I just want to get through tomorrow and then wake up the following day.
I even have Friday off, so I can enjoy.
I wasn't as fortunate, but yeah.
I'm going to enjoy my time that night. I'm going to talk about it maybe a little bit, and we can do a spoiler review later.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to do that. We're going to break it down. I'll give you a spoiler-free review, then we'll do a spoiler-filled review. Together, forever.
Mike, you son of a bitch.
So stupid. So other than that, I'm Mike with NerdFellas.
Martin.
Nerd out. I have an extra Funko Pop to give away.
Ooh.
So if you need Rocket Raccoon, the Walmart exclusive Funko Pop, I have one for you. So what do they need to do?
Well, they need to share this video.
Okay. 1.
Subscribe.
2.
Like the video.
3.
Comment on the video.
4. That's it.
That's it.
That's all you have to do.
4 things.
All right, perfect. So, like, subscribe, comment, share. Mm-hmm. All right, and just comment below with your favorite MCU film. And if you are a subscriber, you comment, you like the video, and you share it, I'm gonna raffle away a Rocket Raccoon Walmart exclusive Funko Pop.
Nice.
So, I got one for you guys.
I want one.
Hey, did I tell you my apparel that I got for the Endgame?
What?
I bought a black shirt with the gauntlet, and I bought some Marvel chunkless. I was going to show them off, but I left them in the car.
No, that's gross. No, don't do that.
I'm going to do a Cholo style with the socks.
Okay, that's all right.
I already have the Cholo look going, so.
God. No.
All right, that's it. Bye.